Hello planners. Thank you for joining me in today's live plan with me, where I will be setting up my daily planner pages for the week of May 15th to the 21st. So glad a lot of you can join me in today's live. So if you haven't said hello yet, make sure you do type in the chat where you are tuning in from, or if you are watching on replay, type in replay and let me know where you're at. And so one of the questions I had, it's halfway through May. How's your May been going? Have you had any wins? Let me know in the chat so I can help celebrate with you. It's one of these things that we sometimes focus too much on the negative stuff or the stuff that's stressing us out, that we forget to focus on the positive stuff and the wins we've had along the way. So whether they're just little tiny wins like a sleep in during Mother's Day on Sunday for me, and getting beautiful handmade card from my son, and my husband making leek and celery cream mussels for lunch. That's a great win. So let me know what wins you've had so far for the month of May. So today we're going to talk about planning. So how do you plan your day? In today's video, I'm going to share how I time block, and also how I set specific tasks, specific times for each task. I also write down a highlight or top priority of the day so I can make time for what matters most, and of course make sure that we are scheduling self-care time in our day and not forgetting about it or having it as an afterthought. So let's get our task and to-do list out of our head, down on paper, to help release the stress and the overwhelm. So now you might be wondering, why is it important to be planning our day, especially if we've got, task and to-do list and things like that, our sticky note tabs, reminders on our phone. Planning really helps us stay organized and be on track with the things that we need to do in the day. By having a clear plan in place for the day, it can help us be more productive, also be efficient with our time, and it allows us to make time for the things that matter most to us. Hello, hi, hola Jessie, nice to see you here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So for those of you who are brand new to my YouTube channel, I'm Marianne, and through my planning, I hope to inspire those who are self-assured most days, but however may feel a little bit lost or overwhelmed. Use planning as a form of self-care in order to have something to focus on. So you're writing your day, you're writing your task, you're making your pages pretty with markers and pens, stickers and highlighters, and then that way it gives you a little bit of space and grace to acknowledge where you're at and then get back on track to do the things that you're great at. So all items I do mention and show in today's video, I'll have the details and links in the description below. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I'm going to share my desk with you. Yes, lots of smiles today. We need to be happy. Oh, of course, not every day is happy. Actually, no, not every moment is happy, but we can find happy moments in each day. So let me show you my desk. And let's see if this works. Here we are. I don't need my keyboard for the moment. And so I am in my A5 Filofax Mediterranean organizer, and for today's planning I'm going to be using my daily planner pages. So as you can see, I already have something on there, my 5:30 YouTube live. So let me see if I can make some room. And so pardon me. Now you can use my daily planning tips in today's videos, regardless of whether you have my planner inserts or not. You can have your own ring planner, disc bound planner, book bound, dated planner. So whatever it is, hopefully you can get the ideas and tips that I share with you today, regardless of whether you have the similar planning pages as I have. But I will later share in the video how you can get your hands on these planner printable download if you would like to add it to your planner pages. But the first thing I do to get me started is to make the pages pretty and embellish it with colorful markers, stickers, and washi tapes. That way, by making our planner pages pretty, it doesn't have to be over the top with too many stickers if that's not your aesthetic. You can have a plain, simple page with just a single neutral color. But the idea with regarding making your planner pages pretty is by making it attractive, you are more likely to use it than not. So according to the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, one of the 4 laws of behavior change if you want to create better habits is to make it attractive, and hence why we go and use all our pretty colorful markers that we do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off using my Kuretake Zig Clean color dot marker. So on one end is a cushy spongy tip that you can, depending on the pressure that you put on the page, the bigger the dot, and the other side is a fine tip end. So I'm going to use the soft cushy end, and just at the top here I've got the days of the week. So Monday, so just going through all the pages, so then when I'm flipping to the page, I know exactly what date I'm on: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So flip back to Monday. So just as simple as that, or you can use a marker and then color it in, or use your pen, circle the date, whatever way you want to highlight that day. And then I'm going to add a sticker at the top. So this is the pocket size Filofax Mediterranean organizer that I keep my printed stickers in. So I have different stickers in here. So some of them are from different sticker providers. This one, over the weekend, I made my own little icon stickers. So I'm not sure yet if I want to make them available. Let me know if anyone is interested in having these available as digital download. I'm not sure if I can, I'm confident enough to have them printed and be available as physical products. Maybe something to look forward to in the future. So let me know in the comment if you are interested in having these icon stickers as digital download. But at the moment I'm going to use, these are Square Lime Designs from Etsy. She's also on Instagram. So it's a watercolor swatch, and then it's a digital sticker that I have customized to fit the dimensions of my planner pages, the column, and then the width of the little bars. So then what I just do, again, I just pick random colors. As you can see, I've been using them throughout the week. And then, so you can either use washi tapes, markers, what else? Yeah, so whatever it is that will make your pages colorful, just pop them on top. I could leave it as is if I wanted to. A lot of times if I don't have the time, then I don't put stickers, you know. It's going to be up to you as well. Now remember, I use my planning as a form of self-care. So I don't see it as a waste of time. Apart from, you know, if I am, like I said, if I'm busy, I may not embellish the page. But this is my self-care time. I don't see it as a have to do. I see it as a want to do. Because while I'm doing this, my mind is clear. I have something to focus on. If any, you know, cloudy thoughts come into my mind, I can acknowledge it and then get back on task. So really, one of the questions I do get on my Instagram page is, how do you find the time to do all this planning? Well, first of all, it's now part of my, I guess, full-time job, content creation, but the planning side of things is I make the time. It's important for me that I find the time that is just my own to focus on. So it may not be planning for you. It may be reading, it may be crocheting, knitting, going for a walk. But if you love stationery like I do, I have loved stationery since I was little. Well, looking at the different stickers and you know, I think one of my favorite time of the year during high school was when we got the list of stationery that we had to get for the year. So that is for me, you know, it brings me joy playing with my planners. All right, so then I just put the date, so 15th of May. If you love doing hand lettering, maybe I might take the pages out. So what I've done here is I've cut little slits into my hole punch. So then that way I can remove and replace my pages because I'm right-handed. So for the space that's on this side, the rings can get in the way. So I just cut little slits into my hole punch, and then that way I can remove and replace it without having to open the mechanism, the ring mechanism all the time, because that in time that might start getting a gap. So that's a little tip that you can use. Of course, disc-bound planners have that sort of like mushroom, you know, the mushroom hole punch. So 16th of May. And I'm just using my Pentel Energel pen. So this barrel is the Cleaner barrel, and it comes with either a 0.3 or 0.4 millimeter ink refill, but this one is the 0.7. So sometimes I change my mind. I don't think I have the product thing on to focus. Sometimes I change my mind whether I wanted to have, you know, want to have a bold, thick pen outline. Sometimes I like it thin. So that's another way where you can change things up. You know, just even your pen thickness can change the way your planner pages look. And then the final one is Sunday. Sunday the 21st is my husband's 50th birthday. So I'll make sure a little bit later that I embellish that page a little bit more than my normal day-to-day planning, and put some, you know, nice stickers, and probably have print photos a little bit later down the track. So there we are. I've marked the day of the week, embellished it with sticker, and then put the date. So also just a quick one is I printed these on just printer packaging paper. So just you know, pack of 100 I think I bought from our local stationery. I customized the different stickers that I bought from different retailers, online retailers that offer digital stickers. I then cut it with my Silhouette Cameo cutting machine. So it allows me to what they call kiss cut. So it cuts the top layer without cutting the bottom layer, so then it's easy for you to peel off. Now I did mention that I was going to do a how-to video. It's just I'm trying to get it in my head how to film it, so then it makes sense. So because there's a lot of I guess moving parts to the video, I want to make sure that I do it justice. And as for those of you that have watched me in the past, I am quite detailed with my video, and you know, I have PowerPoint presentation, so I want to make sure that I can be as detailed as possible, but keeping it simple for those of us like me who aren't, you know, technologically advanced with all these different artistic stuff. So bear with me. I did say I was going to do that video. It's in the pipeline, so thank you for your patience for those that were wanting to have that how-to video. All right, so the other thing that I add onto my pages is the weather forecast. So again, I have square lime design stickers. So you've got sunny, cloudy, or partly cloudy, rain. Now the reason I add weather stickers onto my planner pages is it's going to help you get more organized. So how does the weather, knowing the weather, help you get more organized? Well, the reason for that is by knowing whether it's going to be cold or it's going to be raining, you're going to be prepared and organized to either have a jacket on for the day, bring your umbrella and put it in your bag if you work outside of the home or if you're traveling to and from your home, and then it doesn't wreak havoc. Because hands up who has had a messy day, you didn't plan it, it's a cold day, and then you forget to bring a jacket or you forget to bring an umbrella, and then that can have a roll-on effect into your day. You know, just by going to work, you've done your hair and now it's all wet and frizzy, it just causes disruption in your day. So by knowing what the weather is, it helps you plan your day better for those that you know, need to go and work or play outside of the home. Now, I did write in advance already what the weather forecast is for the week. So let me just, Monday, so there's a storm later today, so I've got a storm sticker, and then I also put the temperature range. So again, I know exactly what the weather will be like. Now, my husband, myself, and I work from home, and it's only my older son who goes to high school that, you know, travels to and from work. So I need to make sure that I know the weather for him, because, you know, if he travels 45 minutes door to door each way, and so if I know it's going to be a cold day and then he doesn't bring a jacket, of course, Mum worries that he'll get sick and, you know, or he'll get wet and all his bag and his, you know, laptop in his bag will get wet. So that's really important for me. So then when I know before he walks out the door and he's only got a shirt on, I'll make sure that I tell him bring a jumper or bring a jacket. So little things like this, you know, just the weather, knowing what the forecast will be. Most of the time it's wrong, but at least you can be prepared for a cold or a wet day. So let me quickly have a look. Yes, sunny and rain. So where are we? Friday is a sunny day. So the weekend, good news, is nice and sunny. So my younger son, so he's 14, he goes to All Abilities soccer day on Saturday. So different special needs abilities. So it's part of his socializing. So majority of time, or most of last year, you know, Saturday was always raining, so it always got cancelled. And so hopefully this year it's not raining each and every day. And then he gives him an opportunity to socialize. He's verbal, but so he's on the autism spectrum, for those who may not know. He's verbal but not conversational, and so it's a good way for him to you know, be around other people, because he does get quite anxious having to you know, socialize. So there we go. So far we have days of the week, the date, and the weather. So hopefully you've got some little tips and ideas so far. Okay, so the next piece of information I write down on my daily planner is the known tasks and events for the week. So this, I would have it in my monthly calendar. So it's important that if you do have any bills coming up, any subscriptions that, you know, don't come up as often, known tasks or appointments or phone calls, or you've got to email someone, that you have them in your monthly planner. It's no good having all those details in your head and then going, what was that thing I was supposed to do? Oh, I was supposed to go to a party, or I was supposed to meet up with a friend, or, you know, the insurance for the car comes out of our account, out of direct deposit. So by having really important dates like events, bills, any subscriptions that's coming out of your account, make sure you have it in your planner. So then when you're planning for your new week, you can refer to it and then migrate that information into your daily planner. So I'm just going to quickly have a look at what days I have, or events. So nothing for today. Tomorrow, so family tax benefit, because we are considered oh no. Okay, my battery has died, so bear with me. I'm going to change camera. Let me know if this works, everybody. Are you all still with me? Hi, Tracy. I'll be with you in a second once I know. All right, so I'm going to be talking from here. Hopefully it still all works, but I thought the battery was working well. So not late, still plenty of time. We're halfway through, but happy Mother's Day to you too, Tracy. I appreciate you being here with me today. So give me a thumbs up if everything's good. You guys can hear me, nothing else has gone off. So I've done the weather. So Tuesday, family tax benefit. So like I said, we are medium to low income family. So as part of our family assistance, yay! Thank you, Elle. Thank you so much for letting me know. We get some benefits. So 17th, nothing. On the 18th, we need to pay rent. So even these little things that, you know, are regular things that happen, sometimes you forget about these, and, you know, it slips your mind, and then just, even if it's not major catastrophe that you forget something, it can still like disrupt your day, disrupts the flow. So the less distractions that you have in your day, the better. And then that way, hi Irene, budgeting just because. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Let me know your name. I love to know people's name rather than the handle. It's more personal. Hello, May. Thank you for letting me know everything is going good. But yeah, so these little things can disrupt your day. You know, when I forgot to pay rent. What do I do now? And you know, it just causes disarray when it doesn't need to. So paying rent, my iCloud subscription is due that day, so I just need to make sure that you know, I have money in my account, so then it's not overdrawn. The 19th, nothing. On the 20th, I have a monthly course that I'm paying on a monthly basis. So I need to make sure, again, there's money in my account, and it also marks my 30-day mark, 30-day mark for my online course. I just know where how I'm progressing with that. And then of course this one, I'm going to put a post-it note first because I'll make it prettier, is my husband's, so Edward's 50th birthday. So he doesn't want a big party. I've asked him, you know, and I said, don't pretend you don't want a big party. And then later you wanted a party. But yeah, he just wants to keep it simple and small for his birthday, as long as we go to the restaurant that he loves. And that's all that matters. So there we go. Oh, Chris, thank you. Hi, Chris. Thank you so much. I keep looking at this camera. So hopefully everything was working well and you can still see me and we can still have a chat. Thank you so much. I'll make sure I write that down. Budgeting just because is Chris. I'm Marianne. Nice to meet you. All right, so where are we? We've done our known task, events, and bills that's coming up for the week. Always make sure, especially your calendar is not just for your events. Any money movement, you know, Chris would know this, any money movement, you need to know what's coming in and coming out. That way you're not surprised and then you don't get caught out not having the money ready or in your account if you do direct debits, or if your children's friend have a birthday party coming up and you need to buy, you know, presents. So I've written down the known events and bills for the month. Okay. Yes, I remember you coming to my channel, Chris, and talking about, I think my question was, I wanted to have the comment a little bit smaller, or that we can customize it, because unfortunately I only have a small space in my house. So if I go wider with my camera angle, you see the rest of the kitchen and the mess behind. So, but I think I've worked it a little bit better, so it's a little bit higher on me. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hi, how are you, Kehu? Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. All right, so I also use my Google Calendar for other events that sometimes may change. Pardon me, I'm a bit my coffee is talking back. So I also use a Google Calendar for any other events that come up. So today, of course, Monday 5:30 is my YouTube live. Tomorrow I have a Zoom call happening, and that is at 3 a.m. my time. So I had created a little Zoom icon sticker. So then that way, because I'm a visual person and I like to see exactly what is happening, so I have a little Zoom, little sticker. Look at that. Teeny tiny. Will it focus? Come on, focus. Teeny tiny Zoom. So here, my time blocking on this planner insert start at 5. So we'll go 5, 4, 3. We'll pop it there. And then I'm going to put on there 3 a.m. Zoom call. Phase 3 and 4. So then when I'm flipped to that day or the day before, I know that I need to go and have an early bedtime, because I need to wake up a little bit earlier, because the online course that I'm taking is in the US. So time-wise, the time zones I have to work with, and it's part of me building my I'm investing in myself to help me grow in my content creation. So it's just part of the things that I need to do. Yeah, it's a cute teeny tiny icon. Yes, I know. 3 a.m. There has been ones where it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., not too bad, because I'm actually still sometimes up in around about those time. So, but when it's in the middle, where shall I go to sleep now, or should I just stay up and then sleep in? But yeah, it's part of the investment I am making on to myself, to make sure that I learn and grow using the knowledge of expertise, because I'm sure I can find all the answers along the way, but it may take me 5 years, and I think I'm worth it enough to be able to invest in myself. So if you ever want to do any type of courses for yourself, you know, there's lots of Skillshare, Masterclass, free online courses, and you might go, I don't have the time, or I don't have the skill, or I'm too old to learn new things. Stop saying those things, because we're never too old. A lot of people have proven that you can have a second season with your career. So I just want to let that be known to people, because at 48 years old, maybe 10 years ago, I used to think success was going up the corporate ladder, you know, your 9 to 5 jobs, having management in your title, vice president, president, CEO, when in actual fact, those type of jobs, for me anyway, used to stress me out, because then, you know, the higher you are on the ladder, the more people that you have to lead, and more people you lead and more personalities cause you stress. So do make sure, if you have a passion for something and you don't know how to do it, invest in yourself and learn. All right, so that's my little TED talk for today. Okay, so I've done the calendar, I've done my Google Calendar information, and then now it's time to time block. Okay, so let me make sure I've got everything sorted. For my content creation stuff, I use the weekly 2-page spread that either come on its own or as part of my planner bundle. So as you can see here, this is the current week. So different Zoom meetings I've been at, when I need to upload my newsletter, my podcast, and then different content post ideas. So if you are a content creator, and I know a few of you are, I'm still new to this, because I only started doing full-time content creation in, well, I won't say February, March, because I was still recovering from my mental breakdown, and so I'm trying to see myself on how, you know, what sort of things I need to do on a week-to-week basis. But here is what I do with my content creation. So there's the 5:30 a.m. live. There's my 3 a.m. Zoom call. I need to send out my newsletter. I need to upload my podcast episode. There's my online course starts this week, and then any other content idea creation that I have that I need to post either on Instagram or on YouTube. May, yes, I hope you will. I miss Saturday and Sunday, May. So see, at first I would I miss for the last 2 weeks, no, 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. I've been getting myself outside, going for a walk, because I had been not doing any type of exercise at all. And so at first I was going, oh, I missed my streak. Now it's, I don't feel as good. I went, hang on, it's 19 days in a row that I had been getting myself outside, when before I wasn't. So I know, May, last time you were wanting to go for a walk. Make sure that if you've missed a day like I have, don't look at the negative. Let's look at the positive. So hopefully the encouragement, if we show up every week, then, you know, we'll start building that habit. I've had to put a list in my plan of all the courses I've purchased, started, and then forget about it. So now I have to get back through them. Yes, me too. My husband says that I am a serial online course purchaser. So, but yeah. And the thing is, we have to remember there, even the experts, right? The experts are also learning along the way. It's great that we can have the bigger accounts who help us grow on YouTube channel, give us all these ideas, but they're also going through the motion, because the algorithm just changes all the time. Shorts are popular this week. Now it's long form. No, it's, 10-second videos. So we just got to go, and that's why it's important. One of the things I'm starting to learn is try and get emails from your followers. Sorry, a little segue here, not planning, but for those of you that do content creation, make sure you start getting an email list, because we don't own Instagram platform. So if they decide to shut it down and all your followers, you may not have a way to get in touch with them. So really important that to try and get new emails and newsletters, and then that way you have better control. And they have said yes to signing up to get direct message from you in their inbox. And speaking of, for those of you that would like to go and sign up to my newsletter, make sure you do at mariannecrest.com. So I'm trying myself to have weekly newsletter updates, discounts, freebies, and also have content that may not share on or just day-to-day stuff that I might have learnt along the way. So yeah, so that's where I plan my content schedule. Okay, so now let's get to the nitty-gritty part of planning. And the first thing I do is I time block. Where are we? Okay, so here we are. I time block. So whether on your own planner, if you have a time block of the day, it's really important, because I'll share with you. I never used to time block. I used to go, yeah, I know what I'm doing. If I just do my task, go through the list, from top to bottom, then I'll be fine. But I have found, so I've only used time blocking recently as well, and I've found a lot of success in getting stuff done, or getting the important stuff done. So but yeah, any creative ways of getting emails instead of asking, you have to offer some value. And so even if that's a little checklist, so in your budgeting, if you have a thing that you do daily or weekly or monthly, that you can go, these are the things I check to make sure I'm on top of my budget. Go to Canva or create something, and then if you want to get the same checklist, sign up to my newsletter and I'll email it to you. So that's one way. So creating value, giving value back without asking for anything back. So it's really important that that you give them something, and not just sign up to my newsletter. And what I'm learning is to make sure that you're consistent in sending newsletter out. So but yeah, so hopefully that helps, Chris. Okay, so time blocking. The first thing I do when I time block is I start with my meals. Okay, so we all know we got to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, but if you don't schedule it in, you may forget, or you may do it later, especially if you're in a season where you're busy, you've got so many things, so many things happening that you go, yeah, I'll eat later. And of course, as we know, thank you, Chris, as we know, it's important to look after ourselves. So what I do first is I schedule in my breakfast. Now, this is the first time, everybody, I am using these icon stickers, so I'm just finding it so cute. Normally, I use the my zebra click art retractable highlighter set. So then there's that, and I use, I'll show you, piece of hair. See? I use it like that, color coding, but sometimes that can take up a bit of time, and who doesn't love stickers? I love stickers. So yeah, yay, sticker lovers. I think what it is when I was younger, I think still back in the Philippines, when I was little, we used to go on a monthly basis to the city or town, catch the bus with my mum and my little brother, and we'd go down to all the shops. And I think it was a Japanese stationery shop, and you'd love looking at all the the smelly erasers and the stickers and the beautiful stationery, and they'd be pretty expensive, and there was no need for it for school, but yeah, and I think that's where my love of stickers came in. Okay, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So obvious. Of course you take your meal, but I'll show you what happens when you start time blocking these meals, because that time is is gone now. Like, as in, you can't schedule anything else except your meal, right? Because I don't normally take an hour to eat my meals, but I rest after. So that's my little, I time in my breaks as well, whether I want to catch up on scrolling through the phone or just sit on the couch and watch a bit of TV. So that 12 to 1 is now time blocked for my lunch, and then I don't use that time to do any work. I just go and watch my Judge Judy on the phone while I'm eating lunch. Okay, and then the next thing that I time block is other me stuff, things for me. So that could be my AM routine, my PM routine, as well as, time to unplug or any other self-care. Let me see, I can't remember what stickers I made for my AM routines. So I can have, I made a yoga sticker. So, so that's part of my AM routine. Oh, I think these stickers here, I think I cut it twice. I wasn't paying attention. So a little bit later today, after the live, I'm going to action all my AM routine. Now, the prompts for my AM routine, I have it in my habit tracker. So then it's not that I don't remember all these things to do, but my habit tracker is there for me when I need help, when my day may not be going as well and I need to know, what am I supposed to do next when it's all, my day's muddled or I didn't have a good start to the day. My habit tracker, it's not there to hinder me. It's there to help me for days that I need someone to go, hey, you now need to go and brush your teeth. You now need to go and wash your face. It's now time to have a little bit of work on your mental well-being. Go read a book. Go, do something. So my habit, that's where I have a lot of the list for my AM routine. So I do have a video on how I set this up. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you do. I'll put the link up a little bit later in the description. So, and then my PM routine. So I don't think I have anything for the PM routine. So let's see, maybe what can I put for my PM routine? Maybe I have to make something new for my PM routine. I think, here. I think for my PM routine is more the housekeeping stuff of making sure my emails are all clear. PM routine. And then around about 3, I do some cleaning. I only live in a little small flat, but then I try and do a 5-10 minute cleaning spree, clean. And then around about 5, look what I made. This is too cute. I made a little unplug. See, an unplug icon. So again, you don't have to have stickers. So I unplug before dinner. So because I start my day quite early, so what I'm trying to work out is try and make sure I also have a little schedule for the day. So I have a clear set cut-off time for my work, which is content creation, right? So then that way I'm not thinking that I have 24 hours to work on my business. So I will unplug or do whatever I want and not feel guilty about it. So far I have taken up a lot of me time in my day, time blocking this. So which means the most important thing that you need to do is look after yourself. Because if you're not looking after yourself, guess what's happened? You get tired, overwhelmed, burnout, sick, and then all the things that you're going to do, you're going to feel guilty because they're piling up. Now you're going to be behind. But then if you're physically, mentally, and spiritually in a good place and you're looking after yourself, then you have a clearer mind. You can then decide, well, is that something that I want to do or don't want to do? So yeah, really important to, when you're time blocking, that you are time blocking your stuff first. Okay, so then let me quickly have a look at my notes. Okay, so yeah, by time blocking your self-care, your meals, it's not an afterthought. It's you're not fitting in your stuff after all the everybody else's priority, because we've got kids stuff to do, we've got work stuff to do, we've got this to do, and then you go, oh, that's right, I'm supposed to take a break, I'm supposed to eat, and then you get burnt out. So time blocking me stuff first, like your breaks throughout the day, will help avoid burnout and maintain your productivity. So it wouldn't be me, it wouldn't be Marianne, unless I do a little PowerPoint presentation. So what are the benefits of time blocking? Like I said, it increases your productivity. It helps you stay focused on your task. So we'll talk about when I list my task in a second. It reduces distraction, because between 12 to 1, I'm supposed to do this, nothing else. All right. And then it helps also increase your overall productivity by allocating time in advance to do those steps that are important. It allows you to manage your time better, and you're not going, what am I supposed to do now? Oh, I'm feeling a little bit lost, right? And it helps you prioritize your task effectively, because once these time blocks are taken up with the most important things, you then start to think, oh, I was supposed to do that, but really it's not important because I'm not making time for it, because I don't need to do that. So really, time blocking makes you prioritize what's important to you. Next is, of course, time blocking can help you feel more in control of your time. Prior to me time blocking, I had a list of things to do, and then I couldn't figure out which one to do first, because there was just so much. So time blocking allows you to insert intentionally the important stuff in your day, and then if there's no longer a time to put them in, you go, I'll do them tomorrow, or is it important enough for me to want to do? Maybe I don't need to do it. So it reduces your stress. Number 4, it helps you be accountable, because then it provides you with a clear plan of action that helps hold you accountable for completing your task on time. I found this out from Ali Abdaal. So he's a productivity guru on YouTube, and it's called, I think Parkinson's Law, where the amount of time you allocate to something, that's how much it'll take you. So if you say, oh, I've got all day to do something, then you'll take all day to do that. But then if you go, all right, give yourself what's called a false deadline. So if I have to go and do this in the next 2 hours, then you complete that task within those 2 hours, rather than going, I've got all day to do that, and then you procrastinate, and then you don't. At the end, you wasted time when you can actually have done something in an hour instead of all day. So time blocking allows you accountability, and of course, by organizing your time effectively, you can create more time for fun stuff, because then here I'm able to put an unplugged time where I won't feel guilty by just sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing, because I made time for it. So in the book Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Zeratsky, they say you're only wasting time when you're doing something else instead of what you have told yourself to do. So if you have told yourself, I'm going to take half an hour just scrolling on the phone, watching reels, watching shorts, watching, all these different shows or whatever, and be lost for the next half hour, you're being intentional with your time. So, and you're not wasting it. So, start simple, just your breaks. You don't have to fill in your whole calendar with everything on it. I'll talk to you about highlight in a second, but just if it's they say your brain is not there to hoard and keep all these things to remember. It's there for creativity. So if you have it written down, you don't have to worry about remembering it, because if you go then flip to, you know, day Tuesday, then it's something is there to remind you, oh, okay, this is coming up. You don't need to worry about what was that thing that was supposed to I'm supposed to do that's coming up. So it's important that just take it out of your head, down on paper, and keep it simple to begin with. Don't overwhelm yourself trying to time block each and every hour. Just do your meals, just do your self-care routines, and then I'll talk to you in a second about creating a highlight for the day. So now, if you are, of course, getting value from today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That tells me you're liking the content I'm sharing. And also, if you have any friends that also might find this helpful, don't forget to share. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do, and hit the bell to get notified of when I upload new videos. So there we are. Now I want to know, so I know Chris is going to start time blocking, but who here time blocks their day already, whether it's on paper or on your Google Calendar or on your phone app? Let me know in the chat or in the comments section, or if you are not yet time blocking, let me know if this is something that you are going to start doing as part of your daily planning. Hello, Annabelle. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, hopefully these tips. And look, I am new to this as well, and I am seeing efficiency in my day, because then the first thing is the meals. I used to always just go, it'll be like 4 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet because I'm too busy trying to catch up with work, trying to get everything done. And then, of course, I become hangry, and then I'm no good to anybody because I'm just screaming and being, cranky mom. So, yeah, it's started and just... if you don't have a planner that has the time blocking, just... I think you can get, just cheap time blocking thing, or just draw on an exercise book or a plain notebook, just time blocking, but yeah, so I am finding a lot of benefits from it. So hopefully you too are, and it has lesson. I won't say it's taken the overwhelm and the stress, because I'm still stressed, as anyone is normally, being a mom and trying to juggle a lot of stuff. But it has helped me just go, really, it's when the day's not going right that you go, what am I supposed to do now? And you're having anxious thoughts and anxious moments. So then you go, well, it's 3 o'clock and it says I'm supposed to do some cleaning. Let's do some cleaning. Take my mind off what I'm worrying about and just get on with the task, and that clear start and finish. So, but yeah, did it in COVID lockdowns. Yeah, so, and it's okay if you, sometimes we when we're planning, we go, oh, I've fallen off the wagon because I haven't done any planning, but remember, you're not supposed to be there for your planner. Your planner is there for you. So when you are feeling lost, overwhelmed, that's when a good time to do your time blocking, to start planning. But then if your day's going well, it means that you've got everything sorted. You either got in the habit of things already, and then you have well rested, so you're in a good flow. You're not having to think, what else do I need to do? Because then one habit or one routine leads to another. So if there's a day you're not time blocking, it just means that your day's going well, that you don't need that prompt. But it's when you need the prompt or you're feeling overwhelmed that these type of plannings work really well for you. All right, so I'm glad a lot of you will start time blocking, and let me know next week again when I come back for Mondays how it all goes, or put in the comment that if you have any question about it that I may not cover today, then hopefully, like I said, I'm just learning it as well, so we can learn together along the way. Okay, so the next thing I do, which is really I've learned recently, is choosing a highlight or top priority of the day. So this is when you're going to decide one thing that is going to get done today. So when you're choosing your highlight of the day, this method I got from the book Make Time by Jake Knapp and John Siratsky, about how to focus on what matters most every day. So I do have more detail. Got to get back to the fam. Yes, talk to you soon. Thank you, Chris. Nice to meet you finally with our first name basis. I'll see you soon. But with regards to choosing a highlight in the book Make Time, what it is, I cover it in more detail in my podcast. So the link to my podcast is below, and I break down what each, according to the book, making time is just 4 easy steps. Choosing a highlight of the day, making sure you're laser focused, making sure you have energy, so eating, exercising, taking time for yourself, and then reflecting at the end of the day. So follow me on my podcast channel to listen about highlights. So by highlighting that one thing, right, it's not the only thing you're going to do, but it's the important thing to do, that if nothing else gets done, that your day is considered a win. So it can be something that's urgent, it can be something that gives you satisfaction, or it can be something that brings you joy. So it's thus, your highlight doesn't always have to be about work or task related. It can be something for yourself, like looking after yourself, going to the shops by yourself. So highlighting it means it won't get drowned out in amongst all your list of things to do. So here I have a little spot. Let me see. Okay, in this planner insert I have highlight, and then why does it matter? So it really makes you think, well, it doesn't really matter, so I'm not going to have that as my highlight of the day. You might think it's important, but you go, why does it matter that I need to get that done today? No, that's not going to be my highlight. And then of course one action to get it done. So this planner insert allows you to you don't have to think about why you're making this highlight. It helps you, prompt you as part of the method that's described in the book Make Time. So not sure what my highlight today is yet. Normally it's getting my live done, but let me show you a couple of highlights. So yesterday was plan for tomorrow's live, so then that way I'm a little bit prepared and I'm not just chattering on. Other things is, so this one I didn't do it because I just a higher priority came along, which was resting for the day. I took Saturday, oh no, was that Friday? I took Friday off. As you can see, I didn't get stuff done because then I made a choice that my priority for that day was to rest because I wasn't feeling well. I had itchy throat and runny nose, so then I took the time off. Here my highlight was create my newsletter and schedule it, so then it got sent out. Here I took a macro break. So a macro break is half to a full day off, and spent time connecting with my cousin. So we had lunch. See, your highlight doesn't have to be a task or anything urgent, something that will bring you joy. And that brought me joy because then we had lunch, we took lots of photos for our Instagram, personal Instagram account. So again, highlight could be something urgent, something that gives you satisfaction, or something that brings you joy. And then what I do is I then highlight it with a marker. So I use a zebra mild liner, double-sided. So one's a chiseled end and one is a fine tip end, and I just highlight it because again I'm a visual person, and then I make sure that also in the time block that I highlight it as well. So like I said, if I don't get to do it that time, I can move it around in the day. So if things, come up that needs to be actioned right away, you can move your highlight throughout the day. But like I said, by highlighting it and then you get that action for the day, if that's the only thing you do, then the day is considered a win because it was urgent, it was either satisfying, or it gave you joy. So by doing the highlight each day, and if that's the only thing you do in the next 365 days, so that's for the year, you'd make a pretty good progress, right? So yeah, try and schedule your highlight when you're most productive. So if you're most productive at the beginning of the day, make sure you schedule it or time block it during that time. Let me have a look. So I'll probably, my highlight for today will probably create some pins for my Pinterest about this video, or I may chop up this video and then you know, take some bits and pieces of it so I could use it as a reel or a shorts. And then I'll probably do that from 9 to 10. I need water, my voice is going. And then I will go and do like here and highlight it so it stands out. And so, yeah, make sure you schedule it in as well as early as possible in the day. So then if something does come up that may disrupt your day, you've done your highlight. So let's have a look. Oh, thank you, Annabelle. Yeah, try it on your bullet journal. I know when I don't have my bullet journal handy, but yeah, just doing like sectioning off a column of your page from when you want to have your day start, or having little prompts is really good. So and then, like I said, you time block the rest of your tasks. So if you have a list of tasks that you need to do, just go through them and which one is fits those 3 criterias, either urgent, that's satisfying, or that is bringing you joy. And then what happens is you start filling in the day. So let's have a look. This was Tuesday, or maybe not Tuesday, because Tuesday I think I had an early Zoom call and I slept the rest of the day. So I catch up on sleep. There's my AM routine. There's my breakfast. There's my go for a walk. Looking at my content schedule, lunch. See how when you start time blocking, there's really not a lot of days, a lot of time left for things that aren't important. So, you know, it's really makes you prioritize what matters most in your day. And then also what I do is I try and make sure, see how there's half hour there, there's half hour there, there's half hour there. So leave a little bit of gap in your time blocking. Don't just fill each and every hour with something to do, because then if something does come up and you have a little bit of leeway to catch up, or if you know something only takes about 45 minutes, and then time block it for that the full hour. So then if you may take a little bit longer, or you want to take a little bit of a rest until you get to the next one, so allow a little bit of space in between. Don't chock-a-block your time blocking, because then that will then overwhelm you, and that's the last thing we want to do. We want to give you less stress and less overwhelm. So let's have a look. Yeah, time blocking helps you prioritize, like I said, which task you may need to do today rather than tomorrow, or the ones that don't matter most. So this Make Time daily planner comes in A5. I don't have it also comes in personal size, Happy Planner Classic, as well as letter or big letter size. And it also has here a little morning journal section. So it asks you, this morning I feel happy because I had a good sleep in. To feel more energized, I can go for my daily walk. So then again, there's those prompts that you can have on there. So morning journaling for me has been really helpful, because it helps identify my thoughts and my emotions right that moment, and in turn increases my self-awareness, right? So if I'm feeling sad, why am I feeling sad? Because something sad happens, and then you go, well, of course, you know, then you might give yourself a little bit of space and grace that I may not get everything done today because, you know, my heart is broken, or so it gives you awareness by writing down how you feel in the morning. It also can identify the root cause of your negative emotions. So today I'm feeling pissed off, I'm angry. Well, why are you angry? Because someone didn't do what they said they were going to do, all right? And then that way, by doing that, it helps you understand why you're having that emotion, rather than just being, cranky all day at everybody that comes across your path. So also, morning journaling will, like I said, help you identify what's causing those negative emotions. And then by knowing how you're feeling, you can then brainstorm on ways to help you make you feel better. And then, so okay, if you're angry, well, maybe I'll have a chat to that person a little bit later on, or I might go for a walk. And then journaling helps you also be present in the moment, because then you're thinking of how you're feeling now. It promotes mindfulness and helps reduce distractions, because you are concentrating on your mental well-being, your spiritual well-being, you're getting in touch with your emotions. And then that is always a good thing when you know yourself why you're feeling a certain way, because then it allows you to make yourself feel better by thinking up or brainstorming, how can I make myself feel happy today? Might go to Starbucks and get myself a Frappuccino. All right, so, and then of course the planner insert has enough space for your tasks. And there are two versions where, I don't know if you can see that, it has color coded. This is was for my personal use, but I thought might as well have this version available if you wanted to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 break your task into 5 categories. So, and then a grid note for if you need to take notes, or put in stickers, washi tapes, or put a little quote that will help motivate you in the day. And finally, at the bottom, as part of the Make Time methodology, at the end of each day, you'll reflect, did I make highlight for my day? How laser focused was I, and what was my energy level? By reflecting on how your day went, you can improve it on the next day. Well, my energy level was down because I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't eat when I was supposed to, and I got hangry. And of course, you have a water intake tracker. So, so reflecting on your day will help you improve, test and pick what things work and what didn't work. And like I said, this planner insert is available in different sizes. So just go to my shop at mariannecrest.com and you can choose whatever planner insert that you have available that you use. Now, if you have any tips and tricks for planning your day, drop them in the comments section and share them with us, so then we all get to learn from each other. And then now, if you have way too many tasks at the moment that you can't even get your head around time blocking, and it's causing you stress and overwhelm, then watch the video that I have in the link below, or click or tap the next screen and find out ways to reduce overwhelm now by learning how to simplify your task. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time. Bye bye everybody. Bye.